Here in East Lancashire, we've got a wonderful opportunity to start to deliver healthcare services differently. We want GPs, general practitioners, to be at the centre of all what is a new government reform. The general practitioners are the people who will now be making the planning decisions and understanding how we want to work much more closely with local communities, to work with other partners, to deliver and improve the health of East Lancashire residents. One of the strengths of the new organisation is that we're going to be able to talk to the communities, to engage much better with communities and other partners and around the health agenda, and we believe that that's going to be a real strength of the organisation.
My role within the CCG has emerged through the transition time. Hyndburn has always been a difficult place with increasing levels of deprivation, and people in Hyndburn often found it difficult to access fair healthcare. Over the last 12 months, the Hyndburn Locality Forum has really strengthened itself and found a structure and real engagement between the GPs, who were often working in isolation before, and the borough councillors, who have the same agenda as the GPs. That's become very apparent, and some real partnership working is happening. We've learned a lot from that and from helping practices that were falling behind, and the time has come now when we can transfer some of that learning, done in the hardest patch in a way, to make sense for the rest of the CCG.
So over the last 2 years I've been working very closely with the CCG, primarily around the service integration, delivering better outcomes for our patients. And more recently, our Executive Director of Adult Community Services, Richard Jones, has become a member of the CCG board. So integration runs throughout, as me as the Head of Service and as Richard as our Executive Director. A good example of how we've worked with patients will be our virtual ward developments, where patients who have access to virtual ward is informed and assist in our developments by telling us what makes them feel that they need these more closer to home services, and that information is fed into the continuing developments of the virtual ward.
I'm one of many people who are involved in the CCG. I live in a community that need these services, and I want to see them grow. I feel as if I've been listened to, because things have been done and altered. For example, the virtual ward, I feel as if we've had a big input into that. Another example of being listened to is the fact it's Colne Health Centre. At long last, the diggers have arrived. They've started knocking down the old building, and the people of Colne are really, really happy. So all we can say is thank you.
Well, East Lancashire Hospitals works very closely together with the clinical commissioning groups. As clinicians, both in primary and secondary care, we know what matters to our patients, because we don't just work managerially, we work on the ground, so we see daily what the problems are that our patients face. And the plan is that we have to deliver sustainable health service across primary and secondary care. So we can only do that if we deliver the services as close to the patient's home as possible, make it as accessible as possible.
I've lived in Bacup Rossendale since 1996, and as a local resident I'm very passionate about finding new and different ways to improve the health of local people. The CCG is a new and different sort of organisation which gives us lots of opportunities to engage with people in local communities as patients, community groups, and to find out what they think about the services that they're currently receiving and the ways in which we can work together to improve them. We're very passionate about engagement, and there are lots of ways in which you can get in touch with us. If you'd like to get more involved, please join and become a member of the CCG. And if anybody would like to speak to me personally, please have a look on the website and it gives you details about how to do that.